Tonight, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Sam Darnold and the New York Jets taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
We're situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. It's a foot race. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 77 yards. And the Dolphins are going to take a first-quarter lead. Well, they said they wanted to have some explosive runs. How about that one to start the game?
And I would say on the defensive sideline, there's a lot to answer for. Because you spend all week saying, stop the run. I don't care who you're playing. You don't want to get run over. You don't want to get run past. And they have both overcommitting in the secondary, and he just went stepping past them and is still running, essentially.
One play, and he hits pay dirt. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins.
His kick is good.
I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here now comes the Jets offense, and the man that will be captaining the ship at 6'3", it's Sam Darnold.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it, but otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Number 38.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
On 2nd down now, Whitfield, and he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
on third down. Darnold. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Pulled in at the 24. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 2nd down, Tua. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Tua now on first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A good first down call as the screenplay gets them 9. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, it's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And again, it's Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
8-yard pick.
Tua finding Gesicki there for a Dolphin first. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
6-yard line.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
The kick is good.
And he knocks it through. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
At their own 20-yard line.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession and try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They run with Samaje's younger cousin. This is LaMichael Pirine. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now a dump off here complete.
Darnold's pass.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one. Big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Here's Pirine. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Darnold now to throw. That's taken in by Stewart. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Complete to number 4.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Pass thrown away and incomplete. Derwin James on the coverage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. The shotgun snap for Darnold. And Tate's got it. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Throw complete to Herndon. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on
the numbers for him from a week ago. 6 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14, Jets, nothing.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now a carry for Pirine. A sizable gain there, 9 yards as they get it back to a 3rd and 5.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. Darnold to his tight end, Herndon, first down, New York.
At first glance, I thought he just used his size in order to win the route, but he also had a little subtle move in there as well. Made the defender think he was going one direction and was able to track the ball in another.
On first down, it's Darnold. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon, and it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd down and 10, Darnold. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down.
Intercepted by the Dolphins. They'll take over.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
He was brought down by Michael Davis.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. He can't get him down. He's got a first down past the 30, the 40, 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 82 yards, and the Dolphins add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Darnold from the gun. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes.
Sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And it's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
But I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Powering forward, able to power through.
Receiving team.
A pretty good return, all things considered, but holding.
I agree with you totally. It's actually a return that they were going to be very proud of. But when you end up holding and bringing it back, now your offense has to start a little bit deeper in their own territory.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? They get the former number 6 overall pick, Quentin Nelson, out of Notre Dame that time. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
On the carry.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. They find some open field here. And they will finally get him down as he's all the way to the 36-yard line.
The 2nd down pass.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there and say.
Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. J.J. Watt that time able to do what he does best, and that's sack the quarterback.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
After the sack on 1st down, Darnold out right here to Herndon. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
That's a gain of 3.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 35. Well short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over, and it's a big kick. But now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg. But you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The New York set to take the field. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Darnold. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now it's Darnold. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Darnold on first down. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. Not much there, only a yard.
Complete to number 38. He's taken out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throwing again is Darnold. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 35. 17 yards on the pickup, and the Jets are going to get a new set of downs.
Aldrich Rosas on for the field goal.
So we've come to halftime after it. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, well, all right, never mind. 3rd quarter action now.
Zane Gonzalez sent to kickoff.
The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this 2nd half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
On second down, Whitfield. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Offensive line really didn't give him any room to maneuver on that play.
Things closed pretty quickly, didn't they? And how about the wrap-up at the end of that tackle? Left no doubt there would be no additional yardage to be found.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Able to find Shaheen here. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Forced out to his left. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 6 yards away. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Jets, nothing. Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just take a seat in the drive line.
25-yard line.
So out now come the Jets. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else. Still first down.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. They'll run it here with Pirine. And some room to roam now. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. This drive starting off on the right foot. 18 yards. I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender, and then the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
A toss play. Here's Pirine. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ball carrier.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. And now look at him go.
Why don't you just start over?
And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
New York ready to go again offensively. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time.
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
1 yard gain.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Darnold hooking up over the middle with Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
A first down throw, Darnold. Open man left side, that's the tight end, Herndon. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
On first down, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
Darnold's pass.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Well, they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Again, Darnold. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
Well, look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. And he comes back with one complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal. More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. To the air again, Darnold. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively.
51 the mic, boy, 51.
They'll go to P-Ryan, trying to pound it in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. LaMichael P-Ryan, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to get a score back.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
The kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a third?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Still comfortably on top, 3rd quarter as they start things here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he will take it in. Dolphins touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And this offense continues to pour it on. Go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That 3rd one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A pass there over the middle to start things out. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
7.
Mike 51. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
On 1st and 10, Darnold got his man complete over the middle. It's Tate. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Off the field. Let's get off the field. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
Darnold now to throw. Crowder's got it over the middle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Preston Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jets are at least able to knock the deficit down a bit.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback, ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just tried to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
And they're going to have very poor field position as he's out of bounds at his 7-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They begin with a run by Barkley. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line.
Number 20.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Able to find Shaheen, the tight end. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. It's a nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
On the run, it's Barkley. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The carries.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 31-yard line.
Watch the curve. Watch the curve.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. They follow up the 1st down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
A gain of 13 yards.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Barkley, a first down and more. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 34. First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. This is Barkley. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. That time a 9-play drive. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Jets offense now works their way back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That catch good for only a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold, and that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick, and it's third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
In punt formation.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts. This time on 3rd down.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Miami set to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We you know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he'll be pulled down as a penalty flag will rein in as well, and that would appear to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused.
Must have.
They had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
And now past another. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow. They'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it. Over after picking up the first down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Hey, defense, let's go. Let's go. Charge. 57. Mike, 57. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On 2nd down now, Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. Again with Barkley. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So this drive spans 7 plays.
And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Darnold, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice. You're such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and the lead will swell by one more.
Zane Gonzalez set to kick off.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Here's Darnold. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Derwin James with a pick. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
At the 44-yard line.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
Let's go. Get tighten up. 57 for Mike. Mark 57. I got you. Come.
Now it's Barkley. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Dolphins, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.